Hello everybody, it is the Tokoist here, back again with another video, another little yap fest for you. Today we're going to be talking about Ultraman Omega. Yeah, we excited guys? New Ultraman show directed by Masayoshi Takase. Alright, so a couple of days ago, I don't even know at this point how long it's been, they dropped I don't know if it's like a teaser trailer, what exactly it is, but they dropped it, and it looks pretty cool. I've got to admit, Omega looks like it has a cool spin to it. It looks like it's going to be a fun Ultraman show, and I do have pretty good expectations for it, despite the director having dropped mediocre, stuff. I mean, the director has dropped some good episodes. I mean, he did the Alien Knuckle episode in Ultraman Taiga, which is a beautiful episode. But he's also made some shows that have been pretty dookie. Exhibit A of Takase just looking like he's going to cook, but not cooking at all, is Decker. I thought it was going to be fun. It was alright. It was pretty mid. That was it. So, yeah, not really the best show out there for the Ultra series. So the first major thing I want to discuss in all of this is Ultraman Omega's overall design. I think Omega looks pretty cool. He's got a big, really red and hot and awesome color scheme of all red. And I love all red. I mean, we've got freaking Ultraman Z, Beta Smash, Redman, Ultraman Zerf. I don't know if that's how you say it. But I love red Ultraman. They are so cool. And now that we're getting another red Ultraman. I know some people think, oh, he should have had more silver in the head. It looks a bit weird. I think it looks awesome. As someone who just thinks that red on Ultra looks awesome when it's done in a big, fat, juicy abundance. I like it. I think it looks pretty cool. So apparently there's also going to be two main characters, and I'm not really sure what that means. Does that mean, they're both going to have equal amounts of screen time? Is this going to be, there's, the main guy who's playing, Ultraman Omega, and then the second guy is just gonna be in the background, but these are the only characters. I don't really know what's going on with this show in terms of that too much. I'm not sure if that's been revealed since this point. I've seen pictures of the second guy. I'm not sure if he's the second main character, but apparently he can summon the capsule monsters in this series, so I'm assuming maybe he is a second main character, and it looks like he's gonna be summoning the capsule monsters while Omega fights off other monsters. I don't really know what's gonna happen with that, but it's a cool idea. My first initial thought was it might be Haruki from Ultraman Z, which was brought to my attention by my friend GPTV, and he got that idea from our friend Somnaughty Spud, the big mastermind in all of this. But, that's the great thing about it. We don't know, or maybe we do now. I'm not really sure. But, I hope the second character is cool. That's all I ask, because, I mean, the host of Ultraman Omega looks dope. But I don't want him to be all alone and lonely like me when I have no one to play with as Ultraman 80. Yeah, that's me, guys. That's me when nobody wants to play with my Play-Doh and then they just leave me there in the desert. Now we've got the whole Henshin transformation device, which looks like it's going to be via a necklace and I think it's like a bracelet or something. I don't know. I think it's a necklace. It's cool because that means they're going to make merch where you could buy a necklace, put it around your neck, and have this cool crystal hanging off your neck. So I'm all for it. I love when the transformation devices and the whole process looks more unique. I think this is going to be cool. This looks epic. This doesn't look lame. This isn't Rube with the giant, whatever the hell those giant freaking thingies were that looked like they were meant to burn calories, but instead they just made no sense and they were just pieces of plastic that wasted plastic. Next thing I want to talk about are the Kaiju in this series. A lot of the Kaiju look pretty unique, and I've heard that for the most part, this is going to have even more original monsters than Arc, which is awesome. And I'm all for original Kaiju. Sure, I love when Tsuburaya brings back, some of the OG monsters like Red King and Gomera and Gomez and Kemer. But I also do love when, they make new monsters. I love Gabalga and Bazanga and Distrudos. I love the new monsters too, so I'm really happy that we're going to get some more original folks. Now, there is one thing that I really wanted to talk about, and that is the new CGI environment. So we're going to be getting a new CG environment in this show. It's this weird planet thing, and it looks really cool. I am super excited for this. I'm not a big fan of the CGI Ultraman Omega, though. It's very obvious, the movements aren't that fluid, but they look good enough, I guess. But the environment, yo, this looks sick. I am so excited. I mean, it looks awesome. So now we're going to be talking about the big elephant in the room. What? No, not that elephant, Hayden. We're going to be talking about Takusei directing this show. I'm not going to lie, I'm nervous about Takusei directing it, but I have hope because, and I'm going to say why. Every other Ultra show that he's directed has been connected to something in some way. Like R&B was under the influence of the New Generation heroes. It was all meant to come together in the Taiga movie. Then you have Decker, which was meant to be an homage to Dinah and be connected in the Trigger universe. So it was never really a isolated universe where everything was built on its own. But then Blazar happened, and it opened the doors to so much. It brought about an Ultraman that had nothing to do with any Ultra in the past and was its complete own thing. And Arc did a very similar thing as well. We are starting to get Ultramen that, you know, are their own thing. They don't rely on other shows to keep relevance. Blazar is very well remembered despite having no connection to anything, and that's what makes it so great. I believe Omega's gonna go down a similar route of being its complete own thing. And I think if Takusei has full control over all creative decisions on what he truly wants to do in this show, I am ecstatic because I feel like he can cook this well. Because since Taiga was I think the end really of the New Generation heroes, I know they've kind of added Z in there a couple of times, but Taiga's really the actual end of that, and he had, I guess, full reign over the Knuckle episode, and it was amazing. So I think if he could pour that kind of enthusiasm into a show that he might have complete control over and doesn't have to worry about it influencing future Ultraman projects or connecting to past ones, I think that Takusei is going to cook. And I think he's going to cook really hard. So overall, do I think this is going to be a good show? I do. I have high hopes. I know some people aren't that excited because it's Masayoshi Takusei, but I think this is a time for Takusei to be praised. It is time to lift him up to the heavens and be like, yes, Takusei, you will do it. I just hope you don't disappoint me, Takusei, because last time you disappointed me, well, I ended up on the street homeless begging for spare change as I realized I had to live out of a cardboard box for a month.
Spare change? Spare change, ma'am?
So I really hope that doesn't happen because my poor rooster won't have his eggs. So yes, please Takusei, cook. With that being said, I really hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know what you think in the comments down below, whether or not you're excited for Omega or you think it's going to be a big fat L. So make sure to click that like button, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. See ya.